Good evening, sir, and thank you very much for your time tonight on the Newsfeed Late Night in this very, very difficult moment. Let me give you an opportunity first to send your tributes.
Good evening, Chabo. Good evening, and good evening to your viewers as well. This is very difficult that, when one loses strength to be able to say things about a friend. I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin and how to begin. It is a very sad day for us in South Africa today, probably the whole world. And having had the privilege of working with Sibongile for many years, knowing her from childhood makes it even more difficult for me to be able to believe or comprehend that she's passed on. Yeah. It's been one of those days where one doesn't know where to begin and what kind of tribute to pay to this wonderful person.
And as you put it, it's been many years, and we've, as young people growing up in the space of music, have seen your friendship with Sibongile. Even as we grow older, you guys remaining so connected, not only connected, but interconnected in terms of the collaborative work that you have been doing. What would you say made this friendship last this long?
Well, what was critical here is that, we knew each other from our youth days, and we grew up in Orlando West. As you rightly say earlier on, she came from a very musical family, including a brother and everyone. But, such relationships are such that you develop them as you grow older and so on. And Sibongile went to university and became Selby Ntuli's sister, who was also a singer. And all along we would interact along musically and so on until I asked her to perform with me at the Market Theatre. She was known as an opera singer. And what I said to her was that, people know you as an opera singer. Perhaps it's time that people know that you are an accomplished violinist as well. Yeah. Something which she didn't take kindly to, because she believed that her son was more, attuned to playing the violin better than her. But I said, no, I want people to know that you're a violinist. And she acceded to my request. We made music that night, and a lot of people who didn't know her in that space were raving about her. Yes. And the record companies were vying for her signature and all. And obviously Gallo, was it Gallo? Yeah.
Sony.
Yes, or Sony.
Yeah.
Sony. Yeah, but the record company executives who were there were Gallo people until, Sony bought out.
Yeah.
So they went out and signed Sibongile, to which I was privileged again to be invited to work on her first recording.
Talk about that recording. I know you are one of those people who celebrated that. We're going to speak to Lindelani at the moment, because also Lindelani pushed for that Ancient Evenings recording. It was almost as if everybody has been waiting for this project. I remember in the country, everybody was like, it's about time. What took her so long to get to that point?
Well, you'll always remember that, she was driven more by being an opera artist. And at that time, South African record companies did not, were not really keen on recording local, classical music. But Lindelani, being who he was within the record industry, pushed for Sibongile to be recorded. And Mthunzi and I were invited to work on this album. Lindelani said to me, you must go to Mafikeng, to Mabate today and work on this Ancient Evening albums. What was very interesting is it is because I had discovered a song that Mthunzi Makheme had recorded and reintroduced that song to Sibongile. And that's how I got to work on that new album with her.
Yeah. She had this laugh. I mean, whenever you guys came together, Brakaifas is around, the late Hugh Masekela was around. I think we were working on a number of product launches or even CD launches. Don Laga was the musical director. You guys would laugh, and she would have that naughty school girl laugh, because I think amongst all of you, she would probably be the naughtiest.
She was. She had an amazing sense of humor, always playful, you know. And Sibongile was real. You know, she was township. She was who she was. There was no airs around her. She became the, you know, sometimes her facial looks, you know, belied her humility. The nicest person that you could ever spend time with. And, you know, she always made us laugh, but she was also very serious about what she would do musically.
Absolutely, and that seriousness certainly coming through in the productions that
she created so much respectability
yes.
around the music that all of us were making.
Yeah.
You know, she brought in the aura, which a lot of people probably would find difficult to relate to. And eventually, when she was in that space, along with all of us, the people that you've mentioned, Brakaifa, all of them were, you know, were in awe of this great singer.
Not only the respectability that she brought, but the discipline as well. What will be her legacy that you will most remember? I think we've lost Hotstix Mabuse. They're on the line, reflecting on a friend, a close colleague, but had the opportunity to also work on her first recorded album, Ancient Evenings. Hotstix, I think you're back with us. Firstly, I want to say, what was her biggest, I mean, she was an activist, and her activism would show now and again, but what was her biggest concern about the South African music industry?
Well, the fact, I think we served on the South African music industry, on SAMRO, South African Music Rights Organization. At some stage, she was a chairperson of the organization, in which I was on the board with her. And some of the issues that we would always raise is that the airways were not giving as much attention to all genres of South African music. And these are some of the things that we'd always be trying to push for. And we had several meetings with the SABC, with you know, all the other media houses, to try and impress upon them how important it was for us, for the media houses, to push for South African music so that it achieved the status it deserved.
Absolutely. I appreciate your time, and thank you very much for joining us tonight. That is accomplished, award-winning singer-songwriter as well, Sipho Hotstix Mabuse. He plays the drums, he plays the wind instruments as well. Absolute talent and a good friend to Sibongile Khumalo.